welcome back, everybody, to Keep Your Cool. It's your boy, Ralas.
What's up, guys? Edgar?
What's up, you?
Nah. Yeah, that's right.
Pinche Eli. You know, no vino. He's not from Florida, so he didn't get deported. He didn't leave the job, right?
Nah.
He's from California. Now, unfortunately, he couldn't be here. That is the last Midnight Talks until we meet again. Midnight Talks. ¿Cómo se llama? I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, what's going on over there in Florida, bro? Like, that shit's wild.
It's crazy because you seen the movie A Day Without a Mexican.
No.
¿Nunca lo has visto?
No.
Basically, it's a movie que llegan unos aliens y se llevan todos los mexicanos from United States. And they show you what happens, pero it goes into like an apocalyptic movie. It's a comedy movie, but...
No mames.
But if you think about it right now, todos los views que estoy mirando on Instagram, I don't know if they're real or not, or on TikTok, que a lot of their crops are dying already.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
I believe it.
How?
I mean, how, dude?
I mean, ¿que no apenas se acaban de ir in 1 week ago?
No, pero también the crops they're sensitive.
Yo no planto plantas or fruta, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I don't work in that industry. It's just shocking to me of the videos that I'm seeing, and I'm like, wow.
I know, dude. It's crazy, you know. No sé qué este güey que estaba pensando para haciendo esa madre, porque honestly, dude, like, Latinos we're the backbone of everything.
Yeah.
Like, we're the ones that taking all the hard labor. We're the ones that doing it that other people don't want to do.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like, the videos that I've seen where ya se están metiendo otra raza, pero it's more like güeros, negritos, like, ellos que se están metiendo, like, they're not doing the same thing, and the managers or the bosses are complaining, like, hey, like, they're not taking out the product like they were supposed to. Like, the other guys that were coming in, like, they weren't taking the 10-minute breaks. Estos luego, like, hey, yeah, pasaron mis 2-3 hours, like, I'm gonna take a 10-minute break, boom.
Dice que they're quitting within the week.
Yeah.
That they're quitting on the day. Que no hacen la same production.
Yeah, no, dude.
He's a reporter. I don't know if it was a reporter or what was he, pero he was basically doing a report on it.
Yeah.
And he was working and he said he was tired. His hands were like mal, toda fucked up. Y dice que he knew himself that this is going to backfire real quick. And they said the only way that he can, ¿cómo sería la única manera que alguien con papeles, anybody with papers will do that? And it says, like, if you pay him like $30 an hour. The only exception is if you do that for, let's say, oranges, your oranges are not going to be $5.99 el paquete. Ya, o sea, como like $10.
Yep.
Your orange juice is going to be $12 instead of $4.
Yep. Inflation is going to go up. It's going to be bad. So that's the other thing, too, dude. And that's what I noticed. Like, a lot of people right now, especially like the younger generation, like, they don't really want to do hard labor. They prefer to be
Podcasters.
Either that or just like do something with content. Not just podcasts, like Instagram. Other people, like, they just prefer to be up in the office writing emails. You know, like those type of jobs. Like, they don't want to be out in the sun. They don't want to do
exactly. It's like, for instance, una vez I was living in Mexico, working in San Diego, right? And I was gonna move back to Orange County, so I applied a job. And my friends go, go to this landscape company. It's like, just to get you started from there. Once you're in Orange County, you can find any other job. So I go there. Él me dice, aplica como de driver. I'll pay, it gets you a little bit more money. So I apply as a driver. I'm a citizen. I have my papers. I'm requesting to get paid like $14, which is like, at that time, I think it's $4 above minimum wage. Or no, $2, because estaba 12. Y me dice el guy, but you don't have any experience. Why do you want so much? I'm like, well, I'm going to be the one driving. He's like, I don't need a driver right now. I'm like, it literally says in your banner, it says, now hiring drivers. He's like, yeah, but you don't have an experience to be a driver. I'm like, so me driving to San Diego back and forth is not a experience enough for me to drive in the freeway? He's like, we're talking about landscape experience. That's why I'm applying as a driver. It's like, you do know you have to get down and work. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but I'm also using my record to drive. I'm like, I'm putting my record on the line. He's like, no, I can't hire you like that. I'm like, all right, I'll just get you a regular job, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna just start you like this. When can you start? I'm like, give me 2 weeks so I can put a 2-week notice. I'm like, respect my other job. All right, cool. Todo that, right? Pasa la week. And he calls me on a Thursday, I think it is. and I'm supposed to start not even that week. It was not even the following week. It would be 2 weeks later, right? Because the interview was on Monday, and he's calling me on Thursday. So tenía que pasar todavía esa week. The following week, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Y me dice, hey, you're Raul, right? Yeah. ¿Que tú tienes licencia? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I need a driver this Friday. I need you to show up so you can start working. I'm like, I thought you said you didn't need a driver. I was like, well, I got one of my drivers that quit already. I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, you're going to pay me 14, right? Like a driver? You don't have the experience. So I just need a driver. But you can't get paid as a driver experience. I was like, well, I'm good. I'm like, you can wait for me 2 weeks and I'll just be your regular employee. I don't need to be a driver for your company since I don't have the experience to drive.
Yeah.
He went in a tantrum. Y luego me dice, entonces no quieres trabajar. Ese es el problema. You don't want to work. I'm like, you know what? At $12 an hour, I'd rather go work at McDonald's than fucking be sitting in the sun. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a Latino and I know I can get a job as a cashier anywhere for the same fucking pay that you're paying me.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to say with that little story is that if I'm fighting $2 to be a driver that I don't even have experience, imagine doing the fucking field work.
Exactly. Yeah. See? Es el pedo, dude.
It's long hours in the sun.
Yeah.
It's brutal, back-breaking jobs.
Especially cuando están in the middle of the summer, dude.
Yep.
You can only imagine.
My wife actually works in La Pizca de Naranja, right? I am up north. And there's a way of getting the scissors or son scissors.
Yeah.
Like you get it with your pinky, so you can it's a way of doing it to basically manure, but at the same time you have to be dropping it, and it has to be landing inside your bag while being on top of a ladder. So you have the backpack right here. You're on top of a 4-foot ladder.
Yeah.
And it has to be landing in there, so you can go and dump it in the big ass baskets.
Yeah.
Y se me hace que dicen que when you fill up one basket on your own, that's like $100. So obviously cuando trabajas en grupo, pues el día puede ser, el día puede ser como de 30 y 30 o 40 because I'm the driver. Y si hacen tres, pues se está llevando todo bien, and you just do it quick and you're out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that work really fast and hard.
Yeah.
So their 8 hours consist of $100. Y es como a little bit more than minimum wage.
Yeah.
But again, like the way that Florida is doing it, that you want to pay someone hourly, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, dude. It's going to cost a lot. And then I noticed too, not just that area, but I mean like the construction field. Like there's been a couple of videos like, oh, look at this guy's. Like it's 9 o'clock in the morning. By this time, like they already have everything going. They got the machine going up. Like it's quiet. I only see 4 people there, and they're just sitting down. It's like, where's the people now? Like this is gonna backfire on a lot of people, especially for companies that are doing apartments, complexes and stuff like that, like new buildings, and that's just holding back. And that's thousands of dollars a day.
It's a lot of money. The only thing the way that people are probably seeing it, the ones who are against or for people leaving, son los que están diciendo, oh, well, now the owners are not going to make the most money. It's going to be us now, the workers, because we make the money. But what they don't understand is that they put the money. They put their time to get an education, get a degree, and take a vacation. No, that's a too short time. Y cómo se llama? Y because they have all that, todo eso, they can pay you whatever they want because it is their company.
Yep.
And if you think they're stealing you money, well, what profit are they going to get from that?
Yeah.
They need to make their profit too.
Yeah. Which
it sounds like tú eres dueño de eso. I'm not. I'm just saying I get it.
No, because that's the thing, like some people don't understand that. Like, dude, like if you work, como tú dijiste, you work your butt off to, go to school, start your own company, start a fund y todo ese pedo to kind of like have something going for yourself. Yeah, dude, of course you want to make profit. Like that's the whole point of putting yourself out there. Y si estos no están ayudando, pues like, dude, like, well, there's in that case, like just declare bankruptcy and start all over and do something else.
Exactly.
Because, dude, like that's going to be hard for a lot of companies out there. Who knows how many would actually go through like bankruptcy because one, they couldn't pay their workers, or two, like they just couldn't complete the job.
Yeah.
And they might even have to sell their project for like pennies on the dollar. And another big company buys that out and like, okay, you finish the apartments and that'll be yours.
Yeah. It's like where I'm at, where I'm working. They're like, oh, your janitorial staff is slow. No, not slow. They leave a little bit of crumbs here and there. They forget trash here and there. I'm like, well, we're not paid to detail. I'm like, we only have a specific hour to hit that zone, and whatever we get done, we get done. We're a tornado. We're in and out. And there's like, I can easily find 2 people that can do your 3-man job and make it detailed. And I was like, yeah, at $15.50 an hour, I don't think they're gonna give a shit to detail.
Yeah.
And those are facts.
Yeah.
It's like if you tell me that I'm in California, and they tell me, okay, would you go in the fields? How much would you get paid? I'm like, because of the job that I have right now, I don't think I can take anything less than 30.
Yeah, fácil.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
And that's me being generous and nice.
Yeah.
So in a way, what the guy said on El Reporter or El Quesadilla Report, that is $30 an hour. Yes, it's completely true. I agree. The thing is, do the owners want to pay so many employees that much when they could have split that in 2 people, 15 and 15?
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't want to do it. So that's another thing. Like luego también mira que the guy from that did that, he also is running for president. You saw?
Oh.
He threw a campaign que he wants to run for president.
¿Cómo se llama? The guys you said he's running for president, right?
Yeah, the governor of Florida, he wants to run for president. He can
that's gonna look good for his paper for Floridians, maybe for Texans who want to do the same thing. But before they actually make it a thing where like, all right, let's go for it. I'm like, let's check out the next 10 years how Florida's gonna look, how the inflation's gonna stock up, and rise up. Yeah. Because from what I understand, se movieron. Muchos inmigrantes se fueron a estados que no requieren eso.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you look around, I think it's Tennessee, Georgia, the Carolinas. They're up there.
Maybe. Apparently there was another state too. También estaban diciendo que they wanted to do what Florida did, but I forgot who it was. I mean, nah, I'm gonna have to double check on that, but I think it's like West Virginia, algo así. Que they want to do the same thing where like no immigrants, they're not allowed to work there either. So like another state trying to follow Florida, they can no man. It's like come on.
The only difference is that I think Florida works a lot with crops, so that's going to be their downfall.
Yeah.
While let's say that other state doesn't work with crops, it's not going to affect them except everything is going to be more caro.
Yeah.
And if whoever approved of that, if they have the money to do it, a todo dar. Florida's already an expensive ass state.
Yeah.
It's an expensive ass state, so maybe they're not suffering. And if they want, and maybe they're not eating oranges, strawberries, grapes, whatever.
They're not healthy.
They're not healthy.
No van a McDonald's y comen ahí.
Most likely.
Dude.
Y ¿cómo se llama? So those are. I'm only saying it because of that aspect, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying it por la razón de que yo me quedo pensando aquí en California, like the eggs. Before the inflation hit, it went from literally $1.99 to like $3 because it's uncaged eggs, right?
Oh yeah.
They have to live free. Cool. Sorry, animal people, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it is more expensive to buy eggs, and now with the inflation that it was like $5 or $6 for una docena.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus.
Está peor.
I'm like, we can't even. I'm like, the people used to say, hey, let's go on the what's it called, broke diet, which is basically rice, beans, and eggs.
Yep.
Y como se llama, now you can't even do that because fucking eggs are expensive.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
I'm like, now instead of eating 2 eggs, you have to eat like half an egg. Or egg whites and then...
and save the yolk for another one. Yeah, no, sí, es que sí, dude. Like, that was like the breakfast of champions right there. Nada más un sausage y huevo, güey, en la mañana.
Con su tomatito, su cebollita y su chilito así like mix.
Yeah, dude. That's what breakfast of champions. Muchos dicen like, como tú dijiste, like, oh, that's broke breakfast. Like, nah, dude. Ahorita ya no es, dude.
That's an expensive ass meal if you ask me now.
Yeah,
I know that you can still probably find like burritos for like $10. And that's always been the same price for like with the huevo y todo. But just for your home, that became a luxury to have now, eggs.
Yeah.
When before nobody even looked at it, I know, ask on.
Yeah, no, dude. And I feel like también avocados recently, like ahorita que they've been talking about it more, like the prices have been coming up compared to antes. Like I feel como avocado no era tanto.
It's true, but I've always felt like avocado has always been a luxury vegetable. I've always felt it's true that it has gone up on price. All I'm saying is it's always been a luxury vegetable where not everybody can buy it.
Yeah.
So yo lo que decir, like muy diferente como por decirlo el pan, the bread.
Yeah.
It was always, you can always find 99-cent bags.
Yep.
Now the cheapest you can find is $1.79 or $1.89, which is $2 for the same bread I was fucking buying.
Yep.
So that's where I would say, I'm like, what was the point of getting a raise That California's like, oh, we're gonna give money so you can get a raise. I'm like, but yet everything else fucking got up.
Goes up with it, yeah. Like the new minimum wage, like raise up a new minimum wage, put in $2, but next thing you know, everything else rises up for the same reason. Yeah.
So like, it's stupid, and it sucks. And going back to Florida, I'm like, I don't wish them the worst, but it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get real bad. Yeah. And the only ones who are not gonna suffer are the people with money.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Exactly. It's always gonna be them. The rest, I'm like, if you have mates con papeles, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Because what if happens if Clementina no tenía papeles and she did your badass job, and now you're not gonna have Clementina to do your job?
Yeah.
So that's something that's important when it comes to that.
Yeah.
No, muchos piensan que nomás eran las fields. No, you have your McDonald's workers, construction workers.
Yep.
It's the fancy restaurants, the people in the back, like dishwashers.
Oh yeah. I mean, I bet you even some cooks también.
Sí, cooks.
Yeah, in the bag.
¿Qué también, qué puede ver allá? Probably, well, I said construction. Obviously, landscapers.
Yeah.
Obviously, landscapers. So I would say that most immigrants are all over those fields that nobody wants.
Yeah.
So when people tell me, oh, it's because immigrants take away our jobs, I'm like, I don't see no one working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They want to get paid like $20 to work at McDonald's. Really? When their fucking burgers $1.99?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, like it doesn't add up. Like that's the thing that they don't understand, dude. And they just want to like, they're just selfish. Like, give me the money instead. But not just give me the money, but also give me more what you were paying them.
Yes.
Like, no, dude, like, come on. Like, common sense. Like, no mames.
And I don't know if that's because it's just the privilege of working in America. I mean, living in America, that you were born and raised, that you start thinking like that. Or you never got your hands down and dirty.
Yeah, because that's the thing, dude. Like, me and you, like, the way that we grew up, like, ahí en Main Street Standard, like, esa madre, like, is way different.
Yo no me sé, güey. Yo no crecí, no mames, güey. No soy naco.
Despensas.
I hanged out around there.
Okay. Right. All right. Well, you know
Santana.
You know how the hood is.
Yes,
and
yes.
Y allí, honestly, like, dude, like, there's always, like, there's broke people there.
Yes.
Like, some people that just, like, dirt poor, que no tienen nada. Como literally, dude, like, I was bullied in high school because no tenía clothes. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But look at me now. Like, that's the thing. I got down and I got dirty and I put it work in. And that's some people that don't know what that feels like. And that's the thing, dude. Like, a lot of people grew up with stuff. Like, they don't know. It's like, oh, well, if I'm going to work at McDonald's, I want them to pay me $20.
Yeah.
No, dude, like me, when I'm over here suffering, like, oh, shit, like, you know what, how much you want to pay me? $15? Like, fuck it, I'll fucking take it. Like, at least I'll be able to get myself some shit.
Yeah.
And then from there also help out the family. And that's something that they don't see. Because for me, when I started working, I had to start working because of the family. Like, I had to help support the fam. Compared to other people that just work, they're just to either support themselves or just buy themselves whatever they want. Because one, the dad is still working, the mom is making the food. Like, you don't have to worry about anything else. Like, the money that you make, you take it to yourself. It makes people selfish.
It does, because, por decirlo, like, cuando I compare, let's say, my life to other fools, and they're like, oh, and they start putting excuses. Oh, it's because of this. I'm like, bro, my dad got deported at 18.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm like, I ain't want to live with my mom because of differences. I'm like, at 18, I'm like, not only was I working for myself to pay my own rent, but I was sending money to my dad because he couldn't find a job. Because in Mexico, as soon as they see you old, that's it. You're old. You can't get a job in a warehouse or whatever. So that's how Mexico is. So I'm like, I grew up right away.
Yeah, we had to.
I'm like, nothing that no. I'm like, be a fucking man. Grow up. So maybe yo por eso ya también no puedo jugar Nintendo, because I grew up right away out of that shit.
Yeah, and that's something that people won't understand. There's a lot of people that won't even feel what we felt growing up, and like same thing. Like, cause like my parents got divorced. Once my dad left, like I had to put in my money to help out the rent, help out my brother, and my sister. And same thing like right now, bro. Like they still live with me. I'm over here 25, got like a good ass job, but what? They're living with me. Like I couldn't leave them behind. Like I had to bring them with me. And that's some people that will never understand that type of feeling. They will never feel it.
It's true, and I think that's where the Florida thing kicks in, right? That I feel like all these are over empowered of I want to make more, or not just Florida. I want to say over everyone from this new generation.
Yeah.
Que quiere ganar un certain extent. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't even graduate.
Yeah,
And
you
you're
haven't put in
asking
the
for
work
that much.
yet.
You know, like you don't even work hard and you want to get paid that much.
Exactly.
I'm like, come on. I'm like, have some self-respect and be, ¿cómo se llama la palabra? No seas egoísta.
Yeah. Yeah.
No seas egoísta. Like, learn what you are. You're a fucking lazy ass that can't keep a job.
Exactly.
No, like, so you can't ask for that much.
And not that just that, the only other thing that sucks is like the people that are putting in the hard work and stuff like that. Like, ellos put in so much overtime, and at the end of the day, the person that is slacking, they're like, hey, bro, can you take care of these items? Y al último del día, like, este güey es su trabajo, now you're doing his job because now you're doing so good with your job, you're able to finish it on time. So now you're here, let's say you're both getting paid the same. At the end of the day, you're carrying more work because you're the one carrying everything, making sure everything gets done. Like, hey, you know, este güey, el fulano de tal se le olvidó hacer esto. Like, okay, I'm going to take care of it, boom, boom, boom. So now you're doing double the work, but you're both getting paid the same. And yet this guy still wants a raise. They're like, no, dude, like, that's not how it works. Like, one is, like, if you're not putting in the work, how are you going to get a raise? If you're not showing up on time, you're here showing up late every day, and you still want to get a raise? Like, no, dude, like... And then not just that, like how much work are you producing? Like, depending on your field, like, oh, like we need, let's say, 100 bags de strawberries before you end of the 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
Y nomás sacas, let's say, you nomás sacas 50, otros llegan como con 80, 100, tú, you're not even making it barely halfway. Like, how do you want to get a raise when you're not putting in the work, you're not putting in the time?
Exactly.
So that's the other thing that people don't understand. So, like, we bust our asses to get where we're at, and for you, the new generation that doesn't want to work, that just want to live the easy pilot life, like autopilot, just show up, get to work, get paid, and leave. Like nothing's gonna happen, dude. Like, you're not gonna be able to get that promotion. You're not gonna be able to get
it. Also depends, right? Well, I mean, it's only bad when they're asking for too much.
Yeah.
Right. But if they're not asking for anything, they're just there to work, and if they're consistent, like, you know that guy's gonna bring you 50, and he's not asking for much. Cool.
Yeah,
I can count on him on showing up and doing 50.
Yeah. No, see,
that's important. That's important.
Yeah.
Como las businesses de Florida, los que tenían, digo, okay, they're all immigrants. Cool. Los dueños. I'm talking about the owners.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the owner. He's like, okay, like Jose is gonna bring me 100 oranges tonight. I can pay him $15 an hour, whatever. But I know that he's gonna be here tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, Juan can give me 80. You know, I'll give him less money because he's not bringing me the same, but he's consistent.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, this guy's asking for too much. He wants more money, but he doesn't even come in time, and he produces less.
Yep.
Why? I don't need him.
Yeah.
So eso es lo que están mirando, que they're like, okay, you guys are asking for too much, but you're not producing what these guys were making less.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
a no-brainer, dude.
It's a no-brainer. And but that comes with where we're coming from. What I was gonna say was this: they don't know. And I'm going to put us as well, me and you.
Yeah.
Yes, me and you came from the hood, from poverty, from working hard to get where we're at, right? We understood it that we had to grow up quick. But most of these immigrants come from pinches, like,
worse
countries that are real bad, worse.
Yep.
Worse than the hood.
Yep.
Right? Worse than probably sometimes even Mexico.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're talking about immigrants. We're talking about Hondureños, Salvadoreños, Guatemaltecos and all that.
Yep.
Even and Mexican themselves, right? Everyone. No one's excluded. I'll tell you one thing. This is where I fight with them a lot, but I respect them that they work harder than me. Cool. But when they tell me stuff like this, because I worked with con un grupo de salvadoreños, they came up to me and they're like, "Hey, Raul." I'm like, "What?" No. "Hey, Ralas." They're like, no te entiendo, like, I don't get you, bro. I'm like, what? And this is all in Spanish, right?
Uh-huh.
But I don't remember how to go in Spanish, but it's like, oh, I don't get you. Like, people like you, people like Charlie, people like Goyo, they all have papers. You guys are all young and you're working here, making the same amount of money as me, clocking in the same hours as me. Aren't you embarrassed? I'm like, no. He's like, that's so dumb. You can be making more money. You can be a doctor. You can be a lawyer. I'm like, yes. I'm like, but people like you didn't get to grow up like me.
Yeah.
And what's that? Okay, you didn't grow up with Nintendo 64.
Yep.
You didn't grow up with an Xbox 360. I'm like, you didn't grow up at 18-year-olds having your own car. I'm like, you didn't grow up with going to school, learning how to do math, English. I'm like, you literally grew up to go to work.
Yep.
I'm like, so you know how to work. You were born to work. Your hands are bleeding from the beginning. I'm like, so that's why when you came over here, you want more, but you can't because you're an immigrant. And you hate us because we don't give a shit about it. Why? Because we didn't live that life.
Yeah.
We were, in a way, we were puppied. In a way. And I still feel that me, or most of my generation, are not as puppied as the next one that's coming in.
Oh, yeah.
I can feel it, like I can see it. Even though, like, my peers, like my papa, my tíos, they look at me like, fool, you're nothing. And then I'm looking at the one that, like, if I'm nothing, and tú eres más nada que nada.
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, you're right. Es que sí, dude. But at the same time, lo que ellos no entienden es que aquí school's expensive, bro.
Yes.
If we don't have money to go to school, like, how are we going to pay for it?
Becas.
if you're good in a sport, yeah. If you just gotta get a scholarship from like maybe a credit union, get like, oh, we're giving up $500 for like the best thing.
But I was even going in it with not the school part. I mean, I understand his point, but lo que quise decir was like majority of us would not even look at school to go and graduate. To graduate, and that's it.
Yeah, because why? Because it wasn't implemented.
It wasn't implemented.
Like para nosotros, like, hey, work.
When I was younger, I used to say that I wanted to go into psychology, right? Until I learned that it's actually the psychology form that I wanted was sociology, which is the study of the human behavior on its surroundings, like the surroundings. So let's say pones a Edgar, and you put him in the hood. Does he become Edgar that's working right now? Let's say you put Edgar and you put him in Detroit. Does he become a gangbanger?
Nah, dude, he becomes a cut.
I'm like, and then you get Edgar and you put him in Thousand Oaks. What does Edgar do? And the style that we're talking about is like, because in Thousand Oaks, obviously we're talking about that your family is well off. That means that they're going to be implementing school on you. Even if you don't want to go, they're going to send you to college.
Yeah.
And most of these people that I know that have gone to college, they say that my parents just put me there.
Yep.
Por la razón de que the parents don't. Yeah. It's como, there's a TV show with Sylvester Stallone, and he's talking to this Moreno, and he's like, I would say like the co-star of the show. He's like, oh, my dad wants me to go to college, but I don't want to. It's like, you know what college is for? It's like, they don't care. They don't care what it is that you're getting. The industry just wants to know that, hey, I can trust this guy that went to school for 8 years. He was always on time, did his homework, came back, and he's reliant.
Yeah, had good grades.
Had good grades.
Yeah.
That's what college is for. And I was like, when he told me, I was like, oh shit, I guess I'm not missing much. No, but it makes you think.
Yeah, but then at the same time too, like when you go to school and you try to apply for a job, they say like, oh, they ask for experience. Y si no tienes experience, pues te meten either entry level job or te meten a like tipo agency, like, oh, just for the summer, just to test you. Mira cómo le haces. Si haces bien, te quedas. Si no, pues, try again next year. No sé qué pedo.
And I think that's the problem where a lot of people don't know how to take the advantage of the scholarship. For instance, I had this my manager, right? My community manager. She was, I think, like 24, and she already had a master's in psychology, but she had an associate's in business. So that was enough to make her an assistant right away. Why? Because of psychology, she can study the resident, and she knows business because it's a business.
Yep.
So because she had those two, she knew where to use it, and right away, boom, assistant without any experience. But she went to she didn't try to be a community manager, or no, she knew her spot, right? Al año la hicieron manager. Now she's like in a super building.
Oh, okay.
So she gained the experience from there, and she never had to go into like work as a psychologist or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, and she's getting paid pretty good money. I'm pretty sure general managers at a super building make hella money.
Yeah.
All right, so ¿cómo se llama? Eso es a way of doing it, but you are right.
Yeah.
Like, ¿de qué sirve que tengas una degree si dicen, no, you're entry level because you're here and you're not there, no experience, with it.
And it's funny too, because like a lot of people, they'll get like a certain degree and they not even work in that field. They end up working somewhere else. Like, it's like, ¿para qué agarras ese degree? Pero al mismo tiempo, como dicen, like, yeah, you have a degree. You're not working at the field that you graduated with, but at the same time, like, como dijiste, nos enseña que you're able to go to school, you know, put in the work,
Yes,
and you gotta.
And where does this go along with Florida? It goes along pretty well because why are you going to be asking for 30 if you don't know how to do the job? Yes, we understand that it's the sun and it's brutal. We understand that it's hard labor. I completely understand.
Yeah, we know.
Like, but you can't be asking just because it's that.
Yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, if you work your ass off, you'll probably eventually get to $30 an hour because you're putting in that OT or whatever.
Yeah, putting in that time.
Yeah, you're putting it in that time. But at the beginning, you're gonna start like anywhere else at an entry level, and nobody wants to do that because nobody wants to work in the sun.
Nope.
So
Too harsh on their skin.
Yes, so that's why I understand. Like I understand when I read not the bill, but the thing that they're saying they want to make like an immigration reform law, or they want to bring immigrants to work from Mexico. So I'm guessing, I'm like, oh, what these fools are gonna end up doing? They're gonna get like back in the day before the 1986. ¿Cómo se llama la palabra? La amnistía del 86, the amnesty 86, which is where a lot of immigrants became residents of United States. A lot of they would get workers from Mexico que se portan bien todos para venir a trabajar for a season and then send them back.
Los contracts, yeah.
Those contracts.
Todavía se hacen.
Se hacen, but not as big. So like it's only counted, and like in California, I know they do that a lot.
Yeah.
So they would have to find a way to do it to Florida, but I'm like, the thing is that for like vegetables and crops, that's year round, especially if it's a big plantation. I know that that oranges, you have to plant them, take care of them, pull them, reset.
And, repeat.
I'm like, so
el cycle.
So I don't know how. I do understand though this. So I would say this on the plantation part. You don't need that many workers to keep track of the crops because you have to wet them as tener como 2-3 tractores, and that would be your citizens, right? Your residents.
Yeah.
The ones to seed, yes. Maybe you have another machine that can seed for you. Cool. All right.
Yep.
So it's broadly the pulling part, right? Which is 4 months of summer. Because I do understand that my mom told me that when orange season is over, they jump to watermelon season or grape season. After that is over, they jump to nuts or walnuts or almonds. After that, so it's basically you're continuing with the trend of the season as it goes. You're jumping with them, and that's what most of these guys were doing.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, right now, it's affecting the oranges and grapes and all that because that's their season.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of that shit is dying. So imagine when it's the walnut season.
Yeah.
And that's gonna affect it too. And I don't know. I'm like, I want to see. I want to see what happens later on, but I just feel I can't feel bad for them. I can only feel bad for being stupid for them. Like, you guys are stupid.
Yeah, because that's, I don't know, dude, we're the backbone. Then
I don't want to sound like we're praising us, like, oh, we're the fucking como tú the backbone. But it's just facts. I don't even consider myself from that group because I know that I can't do that job.
Yeah.
The only way is que me digan, you know what? Your only job you can have, like, if we become a communist country, and they're like, the only job you can have, Raul, is that you're going to be a fucking, that kind of job. That's the only way I'll take that job.
You got no other option.
Si me dicen, hey, vamos a pagar a 37 la hora, I'll take that job.
Like,
okay, not even 37. I'll say 35.
Okay.
I'll bring it $2.
Okay, let's bring it down $2.
Bring it down $2.
Yeah.
I'll take that job. Why not? At 35, you pienso que I think I can manage my back. I am older.
Yeah.
So maybe my back probably will burst after like 7 months. Ay.
Ya estuvo.
O las rodillas for grapes, because las fresas and all that. But I know that at 35, I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Right? Ya sé que hay trabajos de que for management that can pay you 35, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, without experience, they won't hire you.
Yeah, they're not gonna put you in it. Yeah, so es el único pedo. But yeah, no, dude, está cabrón ahí. But you know, hopefully they learn from their mistakes y ya they bring it back again. And si no, pues they're probably gonna end up doing that lo que estaba diciendo de los contracts. Because that's what my uncle does. Like, viene de contract, viene acá a California. Mm-hmm. I forgot where exactly va.
Pero, probably up north. That's where...
Yeah, it's up north. But fuck Egypt. Like, he told me the name once and, like, never heard of that place. And then, so he comes for, like, around 6 months. Luego see, he goes back. So he's always going back and forth. Yeah,
I know that I said está como Visalia, Bakersfield. The biggest one in Bakersfield is Grapevine. Fresno. Everything that's basically from pasando las montañas de Los Angeles. So the LA, where Six Flags is at.
Yeah.
After that, everything is crops. So and that can go like to anything. Like literally, there's a season in Kern County that is called almond season, which you get a fucking tienes una moquera como una gripa.
Yeah.
It's 104 degrees outside and you have a gripa. And it's just allergies because you're not allergic, but it's giving you an allergic reaction to the almond because it's spreading all the freaking
like the pollen.
The pollen
in there.
Y se te mete y te afecta. A mí me afectó, and I was like, "Fuck, it's 105, and I have a gripa, bro, like a flu." And you don't have a fever, you're good, you can do whatever, but it's just like
todo mocosiento.
Just mocotes
A snot rocket. Ahí te va, catch it.
When I remember when I was doing vlogs for my channel, for my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel. I wanted to become a vlogger, YouTuber, and all that shit. I actually talked about that it was my first time doing that, like going through that experience, and it sucks because it's literally hot outside, and you're acting like you have a flu. Well, you're not acting; you technically have a flu.
Yeah.
It's just that's what they call it, almond season. It's in July. I think it's in July. Y como se llama? It is not a pleasant thing to feel.
Yeah, no, I believe you. Like for all the people that have allergies, like I have a manager. She's like her allergies are bad, bro. Like she'll be sneezing like 4 or 5 times like in a row, like choo, 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 like damn. And that's only when it's allergy season. So for the people that have allergies, like I know what you mean, bro. Like todo siempre te tiene que estar sonando la nariz for the same reason, because dude, like it just está llenando.
You know, it's crazy because I seen it in movies and shows when they're like, I have allergies. And they act like everything hurts up here. Well, I mean, they do it for a reason because it's true.
Yeah.
I never knew that until it happened to me. I was like, like after like 2 weeks, me dolía bien feo acá, like up here. And I was like, and it feels like it's bruised, or like if something's poking you like this, así bien duro. Así, like if you feel like if you have a hole, it's painful, but it's just that you're running so much fluids through there que te está doliendo, like it's tired. Like I said, it's not pleasant, bro. And like I'm saying, I don't wish nothing bad on Florida. I can't feel bad for them because you guys are stupid. I'm not saying that our generation are the backbone, but I would say that all the immigrants of the Hispanic generation, even at 18, because I know that there's 18-year-olds that are immigrants and they come to work really hard.
Yeah.
I would say that they are the backbones.
Yeah.
Over us, right?
No, definitely.
Y como se llama, we can only say that, hey, we have our blood to do it. Because I know that I would do it, but I already told you at what price.
Yeah.
So do I have a blood to do it at 18? Nah. Chales.
Well, at the same time, you had a different mentality back then.
What do you mean? I'm talking about right now también.
No, but it's like when you were 18.
Well, I worked. I mean, I lived in that county where I could have jumped into there to take care of my dad, and I know that I would. The way they told me was, at that time, I don't know. Okay, in oranges, they pay by the bin. Grapes, they pay you by the hour. So my friend told me I can get you into the grapes, and they were at that time, and minimum era 8, and they would get paid 12. But they would work from basically 4 in the morning to 4 p.m. So that was 12-hour shifts, Monday through Friday, and then I would go in on Saturday if I wanted to do another 12-hour shift. But I didn't want to do it because I'm like, hell no, I have papers.
There you go.
I just didn't want to stay in Kern County.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to stay there. So
like, nah.
Let's book it.
Like, fuck that shit. I'm out.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, nah, dude.
Y ¿cómo se llama? And like I said, I keep looking back. Every time I see videos, I'm like, I don't know until what month are they gonna give up on that immigration law.
Yeah.
I mean, they just passed it.
Yeah. They're barely gonna feel the effect, and probably within a couple of months they might reverse it. No sé, depending on how the governor feels. Después de un rato, like, you know what, like, no estamos produciendo, like, we're not bringing in, you know, same thing in like construction, like, dude, without new properties, they won't be able to tax, and then the money that they tax all the complexes, it goes pretty much to the government. So that's pretty much taking money out of his own pocket for doing that. So,
and you're forgetting about one big thing también.
What?
Oh, we're forgetting, right? Because we're talking about it. A lot of troqueros are also boycotting to go into Florida. So we're talking about the ones that are in contract.
Yeah.
Right? Like the ones who are they're freelancers. Que usan sus troques para hacer eso. So all of them are not taking any trips to... I don't know how many of them, but I'm pretty sure los que son hispanos are not going into there.
Yeah.
That's also affecting because nothing's going in there and they're not pulling out of there.
Yeah.
So you're only gonna have your basically your whites, Asians, and blacks trying to put in that stuff. But I don't know if any of them are also apoyando los immigrants or not.
True.
And I'm pretty sure Latinos or Hispanics are for that boycott.
Yeah, easily. But yeah, no, see, that's true. Because see, if they're not pulling the stuff out, like they're the companies there, they're not selling. So what's gonna end up happening? Same thing. They're gonna start losing a lot of money.
And it's funny that we're only focusing on what we're seeing, like right, the construction or the fields.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about the landscape. We haven't even touched on the McDonald's because obviously there's no videos
in those areas.
Areas, I want to see more videos of
Todavía.
It. Para mirar.
House cleaners.
So like all those little things will get affected.
Yep.
It's like I can honestly say, if it happens in California, how many landscaping companies are we not gonna lose?
Ooh. Too many. How
many McDonald's are not going to close? Not close down, but how many are going to struggle?
Oh, a lot, dude.
I'm not going to say Starbucks because Starbucks, I don't think. All right, so they're safe.
Yeah, Starbucks is going to be fine.
But all the fast food, all of them.
Yeah, for the most part, all of them are going to.
With the exception of Chick-fil-A. In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A.
In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Maybe all the like Mediterranean places. Like the restaurant, like Mazala Croft and all that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe like Olive Garden. No, I'm pretty sure there's some immigrants in the dishwashing area.
Yeah, they are in the back.
Like, Italians. Mexicans cook all the food.
Yeah, so some restaurants también, kind of like Lucio, same thing. Like most of them también, like my brother. I know there's a lot of them back there también. Como se llama, dishwasher, same thing. So a lot of restaurants are going to probably lose a lot of dishwashers. So a lot of cooks in the back. That's for sure. Probably definitely a couple waiters here and there por la misma razón porque some of them are Latinos. But yeah, no, dude. There's a lot of places are gonna be affected. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, and there's definitely other jobs out there that we're probably not even bringing up. We're probably not thinking about it right now.
I mean, if you wanna go deep down. There's jobs que hay también inmigrantes que están en las offices trabajando.
Yeah.
Which we haven't even, we only think about the hard labor stuff right away.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's other stuff in there. We completely forgot hotel businesses.
Yeah. Oh,
that's housemates, right. Yeah. ¿Cuántos know the housemates?
Yeah.
Let's say if they have apartment communities, like our communities where we work.
Yeah. Like
in this particular case, let's say if it happened in California, all our porters. I want to say the agency company that we have. Yeah. Done
easily.
Done.
Yeah, no, dude. That's true, dude. See, the more we dig into, like, the more jobs that
we come up and pop up,
be called up and just pretty much be removed, and we will probably be struggling to get everything in.
I'll be surprised if they. I mean, I won't be surprised because they can literally up the pay, but. I want to know how, no conozco a nadie que viva en Florida, so I would like to know cuánto va a subir los prices.
I have a friend that's actually moving over there. I'll send him a message.
Oh, I do have oh yeah, Jake.
There you go.
Jake from State Farm.
I was about to State Farm.
Yeah, I'm gonna message him. I'm like, hey, how's my non-immigrant worker working over there? How does it feel knowing that you have jobs now?
There you go. Just put him on blast.
Nah, well, he's white, so.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Just put him on blast.
I'm pretty sure he voted for not to leave him.
Maybe. Well, that's the thing. We don't know, bro. That's why you put him on blast. Like, hey, yeah, what'd you vote on?
Jake, what'd you vote on?
Yeah, give your input, bro. Why'd you do it? Bro? You really gonna get rid of Mexican food, bro? Come on. You know it's the best one out there.
Well, I think he told me that because Florida is so very different with ethnicities, that there's not I think Mexican is not the go-to.
Oh, yeah, I think over there is just como se llama,
Cubano, Dominican, and all that stuff. Puerto Rican.
Yeah. La torta cubana. Ooh, that sounds good.
That's not Cuban, pendejo.
I know, but that sounds good right now.
I swear, I
know it's not. But I just saying that sounds good right now. Una torta cubana.
No, I was saying that this is the third night that we do it at midnight, and all 3 nights you always end up talking about food.
Because something pops up, food. We just start talking about food. You're like, la verga. You know what? That sounds good right now.
It is late. It is late. That's for sure. It is late. Pero yeah, I mean it's a touchy subject, but not too touchy because it hits home for us. When I look what happened to our, like in our case, like our porters, it got me sad. So imagine if it's a statewide thing, and I'm like, fuck, like you literally have homies que have to move out of state because of that stupid. Or let's say you're the only one with papers working on there, and all your homies leave.
Gonna be like that one episode which is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when he walks into the house and everything is empty. No mata él solo ahí. That's pretty much like walking into the office like, oh shit, where's everybody?
Yeah. It's gonna look like COVID season.
Yeah, dude. No hay nadie.
Yeah. Y cómo se llama? They're gonna see it. I mean, they're seeing it, but I think they're still in that illusion that everything's all right. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes. And what's it called? And I do know that like los dueños de todo eso que están getting affected, they're the ones who are worried.
Yeah.
They don't know what to. I'm pretty sure that they're finding ways to do it.
Yep.
Y este es el problema. Let's say you do get residents who are Mexican residents who can work, that have visa. Do you think they're gonna go work for a little bit of money if they know that they have the right to work already?
Yeah. Nah.
That's why you're gonna have to look at that immigration form about getting contracts and bringing them, because they'll work.
Yeah, they'll do it for that.
They'll do it for that.
Yeah.
And knowing Florida, they might just pay them federal money instead of state money.
Could be possible. Yeah. Well, it just depends on what the governor does, dude. But yeah, nah, dude.
It's hard times.
Yeah. I don't know what you were saying about the porters, dude. Like, yeah, that was bad. But now imagine you being the one passing on that information.
Yeah.
Because I had to tell my porters, like, you know what, like, after this day, like, you're no longer working with us. So I had to have that hard conversation, bro. And I think the guy actually both of them. I think one was like 24 years, the other one was 25 years. So with the company, like, dude, like, they've been here for as long as I've been fucking alive, because I'm 25. Yeah, dude. 25, I'm 25. Like, damn.
Like I was a sperm.
Dude.
I was a meco. No, like,
yeah, dude. I was swimming around. I'm over here fucking racing the other fools. Like, quítense la verga. I'm gonna fucking get in the egg first.
Like, get out my way, dude. Bitches. I was like, so, I'm gonna make a cut right now.
Dude, and it's just bad. I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah, so it's just bad like to have that conversation, even when it's like the same razas, like that. Like, no te lo quiero decir, pero unfortunately it's a company and I have to do it.
And the worst part is that they get mad at you, they complain at you, like, not just you, like overall the company.
Yeah.
I'm like, go talk to HR.
Yeah. Like, I love to help you out. Like, personally, I would love to, pero like, you no puedo hacer nada. Like, I don't have the power to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just following orders. Like, unfortunately, no te puedo ayudar. And beyond this, like, if you have more questions, like, yeah, go to HR, like, call HR, like, figure that out.
So imagine, you're the owner of the plantations. Not plantation, that sounded so wrong. So you're the owner of that type of job, landscape, look, it's allá in Florida. And you have to tell everyone, you guys,
I guess, yes, estuvo. Yeah, dude, it's a hard conversation, bro. It's a hard conversation. Like, it's very uncomfortable. Yeah, nah, I wouldn't pray for, like, my enemy to be like, hey, dude, you gotta fire your own people. Like, nah, like, that's just like one of the worst experiences. But
you can be like my brother.
Como?
I told him, I'm like, bro, how are you so heartless? Because they called him, he was basically like, ¿cómo se dice? Like a Terminator for a restaurant where they make Mexican food, but it's not considered Mexican. I'm not going to put him on blast. Pero esa compañía le pagaba a él to go. He was a fixer. You know, like, he fixed. They would tell him, go to the restaurant, this one's failing, we need you to fix it. You have the power to do whatever you got to do. This will literally go and fire people. Hire his own people. If they couldn't last, fire them again until he would get the complete setup.
Like the outcome that he wanted.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like, okay, you're good. On to the next one. So he didn't have his own store until probably 3 years into the company, when he's like, I'm done. I want to have my own store. They're like, okay.
That's crazy, bro.
So for 3 years, let's say he would last from 3 to 6 months on different locations, firing people, rehiring, firing, hiring. And I told him, how do you do it? Like, don't you get compassion that they have families and that you're getting fired? Like, that's not my business. My business is to save the company money.
Yeah.
I'm like, no mames way. I'm like, what happened to you? It's like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If it happens, it happens.
I was like, fuck. I'm like, that's like, you have no remorse, bro. That's why you're like pale. You're like la pinche Santa Muerta.
I mean, there's people that have guts for it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yo, no. I can't do it. Especially for people that have been in the company for a while.
Oh, yeah. It's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful because this relates to us because we literally just happened about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Like, again, I know that Florida recently happened like 3 weeks ago. So it's like linear to it, linear. Like, we just did it company-wide.
Yeah.
Those
Same experience.
Those motherfuckers were statewide.
Yeah.
Very, very different. But for us, it's like we are losing friends.
Yep.
Some didn't resign. Some left.
Yep.
We literally had a porter here. She's like, I put in 20 years. I was like, you're going to put me down to this? She's like, fuck y'all. And she's like, I don't need your money either. And she said that they literally, from that meeting, she just walked out. And I was like, fuck. I'm like, and I get it. I think I would have walked out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, let's say if I was a porter, I'm getting 18 an hour. And I can get 18 an hour anywhere else. I'm like, I'm not going to go to no fucking agency where I don't even think they get paid holidays. I don't know. Maybe they get the day off, but I don't think they get paid.
I don't know, to be honest.
And so, like, a lot of things, like, you're not getting any health benefits.
Yep.
I was like, I'm out. I'm good. I'll go to a company where I can get paid the same.
Yeah.
Basically.
And they have a 401k.
Yeah, I mean,
to continue that up.
Well, yes. I think the first thing that would come to my head is a good company.
Yeah, the benefits.
The benefits.
Yeah.
Yo para mí sería, forget, maybe I am interested in the 401, but it's not like a number one priority.
Yeah.
Like, my number one priority would be like PTO. Right? Because I want to have my little vacation with my kids.
Yeah.
I know the 401k is for the future. I do understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, right now at the moment,
this is what I need. Yeah.
I'm like, I needed the same pay or more. Or in this case, more. Porque tengo este apartamento con ellos. Digo, pero I'm like, if I can get the same pay as a porter, I'm like, yeah. And if I can get another porter job around closer to my home, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like it is what it is. It sucks. It sucks for them. Just like it sucked like the Floridians, immigrantes.
Yeah.
Not for the actual Florida people that voted yes for that.
Yeah, no.
Like, I know they're not, like I said, they're not going to suffer until they start suffering.
Ojalá te den chorro por un mes, güey. Es que sí, bro, ¿para qué hacen eso, güey? Ya, no, ojalá le den chorro. Ya después cuando se le acabe el chorro, ya piensa all the downfall for...
You just said it right now, though. That fool wants to run for president.
Yeah.
So he has to get points with the state.
Ojalá también le dé chorro ese güey. Pero para eso que le dé un año, güey, para que se le quite la verga.
He probably already has chorro. That's why he's like, no, son por culpa de las naranjas.
No,
Forgot to drink his prune juice.
Yeah, nah, dude. But him running for president, like, I don't see him going far.
Let's just bring Barack back.
Yeah.
I know people hate him, but he ain't do nothing to me. I mean, he deported my dad, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think he did a bad job like people say he did. But nah, I mean, it's politics. At the end of the day, Florida is the ones who are going to suffer for it.
For being selfish.
For being selfish with their money that people don't even want to fucking work those jobs. Eso es lo que me emputa a mí. Even in California, when people say, oh, you stole my money. You stole my job. How?
Nope.
Because look, los electricistas, they should get paid this much and they're getting paid 18 or 19. And that's how they stole my money. I'm like, well, you can actually go to another one that pays you what you want to get paid.
Exactly.
I'm like, it's that simple. Or well, you don't have the...
There's multiple companies.
You don't have the degree for it?
Yeah, that too.
And you just sit fighting for your experience? Well, guess what?
You just search up on the internet how much should an electrician get paid. Like, look, this is how much they gotta pay paid. That's how much he's getting paid. Like, do you know how to do that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Then why the fuck do you want to get paid that much? You don't even know how to do the work. Yeah, no, do this.
You were saying que le de chorro al frenado, ¿cierto? No. It's basically, it is... Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Somos dos. Him running for president? Okay.
No. I think we were already
Past that.
past that. Ah, man. I completely forgot. I spaced out.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, it'll come back later, and then we'll start talking about it again. Pero lo que quería decir yo era de eso de que it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them at the long run.
Yeah.
Oh, an electrician.
There you go.
Literally electrician. It's like if you don't have a degree for electrician and you have experience for electrician, you cannot ask for that much amount of money because you don't have a fucking degree.
Yep.
It's that simple.
Yep.
Como yo. I can go apply somewhere else as a technician because that's my role. I know how to work it. But I don't have no degrees for the technician job.
Yep.
I don't have a plumber license. I don't have an electrician. I don't have AC license. I don't have drywall experience or drywall license if there is one.
No, there's not.
I don't have none of that. So how can I fight to get paid that much?
Yeah.
Well, it's just my experience. That's all I'm bringing to the table.
Yeah. And they just see the company name like, you know what, he's trustworthy.
Yes, eso es algo importante.
Yeah,
eso es algo importante.
That's the benefit that we have, that since the company is so big, like they recognize it. So when we try to apply like to these smaller ones, they'll be like, okay, like, well, what can you bring to the table? Like, we're definitely hiring you, but what can you show us as well? Yeah, no, because at the same time, like, they want to learn from that what our company does for them to.
That's how I got my janitorial job, to be honest. I never met the guy. He just saw that I had he's like, oh, you work for blah 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 company? I'm like, yes sir. I'm like, I've been there for 2 years. I was like 1 year porter, now I'm a tech. And oh, okay, great. Just send me your information. You can start this day, right? I'm like, yep. That was all.
Hired right on the spot. Yeah, so that's the benefit of that.
You see, like working there at least as a porter, te enseña como like brighten up everywhere. That when you go to a regular janitorial, it's easy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, janitorial is not as detailed as a porter job at this company.
Yeah.
But if they ask for detail, well, I ask for my time. And you know what? You want detailed, I have to give you this in time. I'm like, you just can't make me do it.
Yeah.
Because it's detailed, it's timed.
How does the saying go? There's like 3 things. Like it's time, money, and it's the like how clean do you want it? Like, you want it really clean, but you don't want to pay me as much, then I'm not gonna give you as much time.
Sí.
I forgot cómo va el pinche saying.
It's the how fast can you do it? So I think it is time.
Mm-hmm.
How cheap can you do it? Y el third one is
how fast, no?
No, because that's time. So yeah, there's a third one. I just forgot what it is, but you can only choose 2.
Yeah, you could always choose 2 out of everything. Like, you always had to eliminate one.
Quality.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So they say if you want quality, is like and speed, like fast.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost you.
Yep.
So if you want cheap, and you want speed, the quality is gonna be bad.
Yep. Exactly. So no matter what you do, like, there's always gonna be that third thing that's not gonna make it. So yeah.
Y les say you want all 3, it's gonna cost you, but it's gonna be good. And ¿por qué te va a costar? Because you're gonna have a lot of people working under you.
Yep.
So everything's gonna be boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
So when I saw that, I was oh shit, that's cool. That is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, there you go. And that's what's happening right now in Florida. I'm like, these guys want the money.
Yeah.
But you're not showing the quality and you're not showing the speed.
Exactly. So this is the opposite. So they're only using 1 out of the 3. Oh, man. But, see, so when I remember that saying that. Yeah, así va. But, dude. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Well, we'll see what happens in Florida in the next couple months.
I just want to see what the end of the year is going to look for them.
They might reverse it. Who knows? They might be like, you know what, never mind. We do need them. Or they might end up going with the route with the contracts.
If you had to choose a specific one, what do you think is gonna happen?
I feel like the governor, por sus huevos, no va a querer he's not want to reverse it. What they're gonna end up doing is the contracts. That's what I think.
Me too.
They're gonna end up doing that, just like, let's just hire people from other places, Mexico, Bolivia, those people, like, just get them all in, like, have them doing the contract.
And if they're smart about it, like I said, they'll probably just pay them the federal wage, which I think at the moment is still $7.
Damn.
But for them, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Es un contrato. Imagine it's a contract that they're going to be working 8 hours because I think they can't make them work more than that.
Yeah.
Let's say they're getting paid at 7. Fuck, that's $56. 56 times.
But at the same time, the company, I think they still need to provide like where for them to live y todo ese pedo.
Yeah, because all that is going to be free, I think.
Yeah.
So it's almost 56. So let's say $50 times 5 days is $250.
Yeah.
250 times 4 weeks. That's $1,000. Bestia. 1,000. That's $4,000 at the end of summer. So 4 months. $4,000. To Bolivia is a lot. To Mexico is decent money.
Yeah.
Decent money, but not enough.
Yeah. It just depends on where they get the people from. But still, dude, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know cómo estar el movimiento. Like I said, it looks like it's gonna go that if they pay them the true money with the minimum wages in Florida, that'll be great. But if they go the other route, I feel real bad for them. I'll be like,
yeah,
I would like to go over there and bro, you can get double of that. Just go to California.
Don't do it. Yeah, hazte pa' acá. Vénganse pa' acá. Váyanse a otros states.
You think California would go like that route?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, there's too many, bro.
We're too liberal?
Yeah.
Too much liberal?
We're too open.
We're too
yeah, I personally think that we're too open. Like, there's so much things going on. We could probably get into that some other day.
No, yeah. I mean, that goes as part as what Eli said last week, that we're too soft. I do think California probably lands as number 1 as being the softest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or I don't know, maybe at least not with the gun laws. They're pretty stiff on that. Stern, not stiff. Maybe New York can be another liberal state that is gone soft. Like, you don't see it maybe as much because we're in Orange County and we're very Latino based.
Yeah.
So because we're so Latino based, even LA and San Diego, San Juan and Riverside, we're so Latino based. A lot of black communities here in those 4 counties that you don't get to see it as often. Like, there's not a lot of I don't want to blame the whites, but I have to blame the whites because I feel like they're the ones who are bringing all this shit, right? Making us soft by complaining to our Karens.
Got you. I thought you were gonna say like gentrifying our areas.
I would put it around that section too, like going there, because all I see them fight. Most of the videos I fucking see people fighting are usually whites. People who go against church are usually whites. I don't see your Indians. I don't see your Latinos. I don't see your blacks going against religion.
Yeah.
Usually, that's what, like, again, I'm only going by what I see on social media.
Yeah.
Which is usually that.
Although a couple times where, ¿cómo se llama? Los African Americans, they went like after the paleteros and stuff like that, like taking the money, I mean, like that. Like, that's some fucked up shit. Like,
yes,
come on, guys.
So I started blaming on that. Like, hey, what the fuck, you know, like. And I understand when black people say like not all of us are like that. It's like the thing is that we're seeing that on social media.
Yeah.
We think it's gonna be all you.
Nah, but we know it's not all them. I know. And there's a bunch of guys that are cool. And there's the same thing, dude. Like, there's a bunch of white guys también que they're cool with Mexicans, which I totally respect. Like, literally, I saw a video the other day. One guy is like super white, bro, blue eyes. He's like, escuché que if you drink a Modelo and you put a little bit of tequila in there, you become Mexican. So he takes a sip of the beer, y luego le pone, like, it has to be Don Julio. He puts a shot in there. He, like, mixes it around, y se lo toma. Like, I'll be right back. He goes inside the house, he se sale con un mask on, y sale con la flag. Like, Viva Mexico, cabrón. He starts running around. So that was pretty cool. But same thing, like, it's not all the blacks, it's not all the whites.
Yeah.
But there are a couple out there that just for some reason they dislike us.
I actually seen that one. That fool actually does a lot of those videos like that, like con Corona and all that.
Yeah.
And there's another one that I saw, and working with Mexicans, they're the most funnest people ever. And I work as I think it was dishwasher, no me acuerdo. That's it. And because I'm bald, they started calling me Krillin. And I was like, oh, que pinche Krillin, mira, llegó Krillin. He's like, and today, a fucking coworker came with a keychain. Y enseñó el keychain y es pinche Krillin.
No, wow, that's funny.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, I've worked in dishwasher jobs. I've worked in a lot of jobs where there was a lot of immigrants or Latinos, Hispanic,
Yeah.
and they put fucking nicknames. Just because I bleached my hair once, I was Shakira.
No, man.
Conste, I bleached my hair way before Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo did it. So I was like, I created that shit.
Bro, like that was me. Like in high school, like me recuerdo que tenía la rat tail. I mean, in middle school. Sorry, middle school. In middle school, I had the little rat tail. People make fun of me. And like, you know what? Fuck this. Y me la corté, güey. And maybe like a couple months later, like all the shuffling scenes that kind of started becoming big. And then everybody started growing out rat tails. Like, pinches culeros a la verga. Like, you guys were making fun of me. And look at you guys now. Ahorita shuffling with the rats on the back. Like,
it was, I had long hair también. Right.
El Buki.
Me decían el Buki, the Beatles. Even though the Beatles had a different hairstyle, I just had it long. Me decían ¿cómo? La Bella Durmiente. Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, no, pues.
So, ¿cómo se llama? And people would talk shit. It wasn't until fucking Andrés Guardado and Gerardo Torrado, which are soccer players, they started growing their hair long and all that.
Yeah.
And Rafa Marquez, and they all say quiet. Yeah, everybody was growing long hair. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm like, I did that shit first.
Yeah.
I'm like, and actually, my shit made it all the way into senior year before I cut it. But yeah, like when it comes to Latinos, we'll put a fucking nickname. Put a fucking nickname.
Yeah, we'll put something on you.
We'll put on you. Yeah, it's funny, but
don't be offended. It comes from the heart.
Yeah, and he must when it sticks.
Yeah. When
it sticks. It's like the one that I hated was they call me Jesus Christ because of my long hair.
No,
I hated it.
You should have been like, te perdono.
No, güey, a veces llegaba people y me decían, ¿me das la bendición?
No, you should have smacked them up. Like, ahí te va el nombre del Padre, el Hijo, el Espíritu Santo.
Que te perdió de Dios porque yo no puedo.
Oh,
no, but, dude, like, I hated that nickname. Y era Jesucristo aquí en la high school de la Century. Y ¿cómo se llama? Era un güey que se llama Miguel López. Cousin de Miguel López. ¿Cómo se llama? Ajá. Y I fucking hated it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm like, you know what's the worst part? He's like, I moved to Bakersfield. I'm like, in my senior year. All white in Bakersfield. Not anymore. Ahorita hay más Latinos, but before it was all white. Very, very counted on Latinos. Bien contaditos. I was like, yo entre mí dije, well, at least I'm looking for my senior year not to be called Jesucristo.
Yeah.
Oh, my nickname in fucking Bakersfield was Jesus Christ.
They just changed it into English. They put it in Google Translate. Like, Jesus Christ.
It was, hey, bro. No, era un gringo, güey. Dude. Oh, no, bro. Era dude. Yeah. Hey, dude. I'm like, what's up? Can I tell you something, but you can't get offended? I'm like, is it bad? He's like, I don't know, but you look like someone. I'm like, Jesus Christ? How the fuck you know? I'm like, that was my nickname in high school. I mean, like in Orange County. Bro, you look like Jesus Christ, you know, because of the movies and shit. You know how you guys make a lot of Mexican movies? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, and it's funny because even him, I remember back in 2007, they wanted to do that. They wanted to deport a lot of Mexicans from California. And he told me, he's like, bro, I'm like, people are stupid. Like, you know, like, I'm not against it. I'm like, let them go work in the fields. I don't want to work in the fields. Fuck that. You know how bad it is? I'm like, you see, when you guys are working in the fields, we can go with your mamacitas and your homes. No. I was like, you know, they're all stay-home wives because they don't want to fucking work. They're lazy. I was like, no mames, way. I'm like, yeah, but they're lazy. He was a pretty fucking cool guy. He was a cool guy.
But what's funny is like, hey, can I tell you something? But you can't get offended, like, bruh. Like, as soon as you said that, it's like, bro, it's like you.
It's gonna be something offensive.
Yeah, like, no mames, güey. Like, no te pases de verga.
It was cool as fuck. That guy was fucking cool. Y luego, peor parte que el güey era blonde, green eyes. Y, ¿cómo se llama? Su last name era como Germanish. So I was like, yo le decía, every time he would tell me Jesus, I would tell him, I'm like, what's up, Nazi?
No.
Like, don't fucking say that shit out loud. That's like bad. I'm like, bro, I'm like, you know, that's your ancestry. I'm actually Jewish, bro. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, really? He's like, no, sorry, I'm going to be Jewish. Motherfucker look like he's Jewish.
Hey, cambian over the years, bro.
Let's see.
You start sleeping with other people, you don't start looking Jewish anymore.
From what I understand, I think he got married to a Latina at the end. Yeah, from what I remember. No, I still spoke to him to like 2 years after we graduated, but that was it.
Okay.
Pero sí, güey, like, los tiempos cambian y...
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Florida. All these years they've been living with immigrants. Tiempos cambian, now they're out.
Yep.
And I'm just counting on the downfall. I'm counting the numbers.
It's gonna come, bro. It's gonna come.
Yeah. Like, I want to see how bad can they last. Because if the product is going bad already,
They're losing money.
just for the first 3 weeks,
Oh, dude.
it's gonna look scary.
Yep.
Can't wait for the reports that they're backed up because they can't build this new ride or something, or this subway or this building. It's like que ya
won't be funding.
Que la nueva limpiadora no limpia bien.
I mean, it's gonna be true, dude. And most likely they're gonna la van a hacer aquí como nuestra company, que they're gonna start buying machines.
Yeah.
Y nomás se van a subir en la maquinita and just go around and yeah, no, dude. Así van a hacer a rap, dude.
I told my wife, I was like, hey, you know what that's happening, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, then let's move to Florida. There's gonna be work available.
I mean, technically, yeah.
But I just don't think there's gonna be good paying jobs.
Who knows, dude?
I mean, ya dije, si están a 35, let's go.
No, well, the thing is, in our field, you could probably get into some like apartments.
If people quit, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just that's the thing, though. I feel like, well, I don't know. It all depends on the people, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you are with your family, but I feel like we're so attached to family that it's hard to let go.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, let's say for me to move all the way over there, $35 an hour is not enough to buy 6 flight tickets to come and visit the family.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be expensive.
It's really expensive. I bought my tickets for Houston in April to go in November.
Oof.
And it was $1,200.
Ooh.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
I mean,
but look when I bought them. I bought them in April.
I was gonna say you got in a time in advance.
Yeah, way in advance. And I was still doing changuitos that hopefully my manager approved my vacation because I just bought them without telling him. And I was like, if not, I'm calling in sick. I have COVID.
No, well, at least it worked out.
It worked out. It was, I mean,
that's funny.
I hadn't taken a vacation in like 4 years with the company. So, I mean, I think if you tell them usually when it comes to vacation, if you give them like a 2-month notice, they usually approve it because they have that in mind.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell them, hey, my vacation's in 2 weeks. Can you approve it?
Like, ya me voy la verga. You can approve it, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. But,
man,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
That's part of life.
Life, yeah.
So, even if they offer that much, I don't think I can move that far.
Yeah, no.
I don't have a career, unfortunately, and I don't have a business, unfortunately, to move anywhere in the state.
Yeah.
Even though I have seen some fucking good shit on Instagram, real estate.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, okay, for instance, McAllen, Texas, baratísimo.
But apparently we can't buy anything. Like
Why?
You have to live in Texas for like 2 years before you're able to buy a home.
Really?
For people that are trying to like just buy a home if you don't have like a real estate license or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, so don't do it.
All right, because I was like, oh, I'm moving to Texas if I have twins again, but I want to go and buy. I didn't know that. Well, that's crazy. What if you have no? Really, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, especially if you're out of state. Like if you wanna, if you're moving there, pues that's the next option.
I see why. I see why. Porque you don't want other states to be buying your homes and then renting them out.
Yeah.
And then you're keeping the money for California and not Texas. Ah, shit, that's smart. That's smart. Well, it sucks for us if we were to do that.
Buy a house or todo ese pedo, pero todavía, like, I don't even think we're going to be able to.
Okay. Regarding that we can buy, but let's just say we could buy, right?
Yeah.
I saw McAllen, Texas. Pinches casononas. 4 or 5 bedroom. Casononas, güey.
Yeah, no, dude.
For like $300,000.
Yeah, dude. Stupid cheap.
And I'm like, I was like, I can get the money for the down. El problema is I'm like, I don't know shit about McAllen, Texas. I'm like, I don't know if there's work. I don't know if you have to travel an hour away just to get to fucking work.
Yeah.
I don't know any shit about it. I'm not from Texas. Let's say I know here, California. I know, like, if I got si carro trabajo in Victorville that is cheap, I know that I'm going to drive literally 2 hours into Riverside to find something.
Find a job, yeah. Because I was going to say.
To find. Like not to get a job, to find a job. Because Riverside también vienen para acá.
Yeah, lo que iba a decir. Porque there's a lot of people that buy houses over there in that area y se vienen para acá, para Santa Ana, Irvine. Like, ¿por qué? Porque aquí están todos los trabajos.
Yeah.
Y aquí es muy bien, so yeah, dude.
So, lo único que yo pienso en McAllen, I'm like, maybe Uber. But again, because I don't know the area, I don't know how good Uber is.
Yep.
So it's like it makes you think. Like I mean, I like I said, I've seen it. There's places literally in freaking Texas that's all desert that you can buy like 20 acres for like $3,000. El problema es que you're so in there in the desert that you don't know if it's ever gonna be built.
Yeah.
Texas is too big.
Yeah. Como ahorita también I saw a lot in Joshua Tree. I think it's like 10 acres for like 20 grand. But I'm like, verga, like it's fucking cheap. But at the same time, no nada with puro dirt. It's just a lot.
Y luego, yeah, when it comes to getting a lot, when it comes to getting a lot, before you buy, if you ever want to buy, you have to see the restrictions. Can you actually dig or not? Can you build or not? Or if they tell you can build, but it has to be, you cannot cortar nada. Ahí está también el pedo.
Yeah.
You can only chop the trees down, but you can't move the dirt. So you're like, te sale más expensive to build your home, because now you have to put like fucking formation and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I saw that because I was looking into Gorman, Fraser Park, or PMC, Pine Mountain Club, para allá, para qué rumbo, which is passing Six Flags, la montaña. Y ahí decía un lot, pero que había un stump in the middle of the property, like a big, we're talking like a stump like this grande, un árbol que está cortado, and they don't let you remove it. So I was like, what if I build my house on top of that, and that can be my dining table? Like, clean it up, marbleize it, and all that shit. Pero dijeron que las roots are too big, where you can do shit about it. I'm like, so how come we can't fucking remove it then?
Yeah.
I didn't want to get too much into the laws, because I'm like, I don't even have the fucking money para empezar. But I was like, I was just wondering, how come you can't remove that fucking stump? Y se cuenta que se mira en el Google Maps, está el stump. Y luego se mira cómo está, like, to go around it on the driveway. It's like as if people have gone walking and they see that big ass stump, and then because we can't remove it, I'm like, that's fucking dumb.
I wonder if you could shave it down hasta que esté como flat with the
ground. El problema son las roots que siguen creciendo.
But they're going down, güey.
Sí, pero las que se levantan. Let's say if you put your la foundation de tu casa, y luego you have a slab leak.
Yeah.
Because that's just gonna crack. Un pinche earthquake te lo va a levantar.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. I'm like, how can we just can't fucking remove it? Is it too deep in there that it's gonna leave a big ass hole? And maybe that's why you don't want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm wondering. Like, what's the reason for it? I'm pretty sure if I digged more, I would have found the answer. But I just kind of gave up on it. So I was like, I'm
mucho pedo. Too much stress, just no más para esa madre. Find another one que no tenga eso y ya con eso.
Y sí, tío, ha visto lugares que está baratillo aquí en California, pero sí están bien retirados de las ciudades where I'm like, that's just a vacation home.
Yeah.
That's just not to live.
Exactly.
When like, por decirlo, when it comes to, like, again, Texas, because that's the other state that I went to, right? I see Nevada, Arizona, all of them are cheap. It just comes down to
no hay nada.
Eso.
There's nothing, dude. It's just desert. Unless you go to Las Vegas, trabajar ahí, then probably ahí estás bien en Nevada.
I know that Lyft me cobró a mí barato $7. No, $14 for a trip con su tip. 14 in total. So I wonder, 14. ¿Cuánto le pagaron al Lyft guy? $7?
Shit.
So I'm like, I don't even know how. I'm pretty sure they make their money.
Yeah, they're making money. Nomás que they gotta constantly be doing it.
Have a small car for gas.
Yep.
And just know that you're gonna be in and out of the strip all fucking day long.
Puro pinche stress a la verga.
What I was cool, not where I was cool, what I was smart about it. Yo me ponía una calle antes del strip. So I would just put my fucking landing strip anywhere. But I like just I'm like, okay, we're going to, let's say, Wahlburgers. Oh, there's an hotel like right behind that, Flamingos or algo así. I'm like, I'll put it right, like I'll put the pin right there. Pa que no entra al strip, and then we're stuck there for like another 30 minutes to get out.
Yeah.
So I would just literally put it there, and you just have to make a U-turn.
Yeah, para que no se haga el pinche desmadre.
You le decía, you know what, like don't worry about it. You can drop me off here. No, I'll leave you in the pin. I'm like, we're good, bro. Don't worry about it. You'll get tip. You're cool.
I go, just a tip, okay? Don't expect the whole thing.
Just lo se enamora.
Yeah, no, that's the last thing you need. But remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, que se queda ahí, we don't give her a number or anything.
So, like, es una cosa where I'm like, yeah, Uber would be your go-to job right away. But you just don't want to land in there. You just don't want to land. Y como se llama, like I said, if you start looking, or like if you're interested in buying somewhere else, you can find cheap homes.
Yeah.
It's the work.
Yeah.
It's the work that worries me.
Yeah. You know what I'm thinking right now?
Which one?
No, what do you know? You know what I'm thinking right now?
What are you thinking of?
How do we get into this conversation?
Because we're talking about homes in Florida. Because
it's like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
yes. Because I was gonna bring it back to Florida literally right after this. Because I was gonna say, okay, like for instance,
ando aquí como el cherry. Like, ¿de qué estamos hablando?
Estamos bringing it back to Florida. When I said, I'm like, oh, they pay 35, let's go. But the thing is, I'm like, where in Florida are you gonna? Okay, you have the job 35.
Yeah.
But now is the area safe for your kids?
Yeah. Because ahí pasan mucho los hurricanes, güey.
Are the homes as cheap as California? No, pardon, it's not even cheap.
Yeah.
Are the homes as cheap as Texas, or are they home expensive like California?
Yeah.
So is it worth it? I'm like, because now your mortgage is gonna be like $4,000.
Yeah. It's gonna be expensive.
It's like te pones a pensar right now. Te pones a pensar. The way that the homes are so expensive, even in Santa Ana, that I don't even think some homes are worth it that high.
They're not.
I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, your fucking homes are 100 years old. You're not supposed to pay that much.
Yeah, like a mil, 1.2 mil. Like, dude. Like,
I'm like, you make up, do I want to buy?
Yeah, because we would have to remodel ese pedo. I mean, I would pay for that if I would pay like 1.2 mil si es como un apartment complex. Okay, it's old, it's beat up. Okay, whatever. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah. Like, okay, 1.2 mil, I'll pay for it because I know at the end of the day, if I put money into it, like, I'll get my money back.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be able to rent out like each room. But if it's just a house for me to stay in, hell no, dude. Because I'm not gonna be getting any money back from it.
The only thing I looked the positive of it, the positive for me, the positive is this. I'm looking at it and I'm like, parties. No, for me.
Yeah.
Right? Yo tiro mucho parties for kickbacks. I'll make my garage into the actual podcast, right? I would get better banners and all that shit. The garage. I wouldn't even use it for my car. That would be my podcast room. But I'm like, the rest, ¿qué?
Yeah.
You're not going to be happy. You're paying. Well, not. You're going to be happy because you're home. But I'm like, estás pagando $3,800, $4,000, $4,500 for your home.
Yep.
That's already old and beat up. Is it worth it to live in that town for that much?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially brand new place, no friends, no nada. Like, who?
Maybe I'm saying that because I'm a renter and I see too much money in it, or maybe I'm not biased just because it's my hometown.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at it, I'm like, hey, that house is not worth that much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Gotta be realistic.
Especially the older homes, bro. It's like, see, like if it's been like 50 years and it's like beat up, and you still need to put money into it to kind of make it like livable. Cause I've seen some houses, dude, unos de adentro están todos madreados, bro. Like, you literally gotta like replace every square inch.
Yeah. Like well, at least when it comes to like me, that I know how to paint, right? That I know how to put the laminate flooring. I don't know how to put carpet, so I would probably go laminate flooring because I know how to do that for the whole home.
At the end of the day, it's better too, because if you're gonna have people walking in and out, luego tú tirando parties, bro, like the carpet's gonna get fucked up quick. So it's better to just have that laminate flooring.
Sí, y como se llama, so when I see that, I'm like, I can do that. The thing is, like, you come home from work to work more.
Sacrifices.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and that's a topic. Oh, sorry, people. I knew we said we were gonna say conspiracies. I promised you, but fucking Eli didn't show up.
Yeah, no, he said he didn't show up. We didn't want to bring up a topic because apparently he had something good. So we'll say that.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah, well, we'll see when we record. We'll see if it's good or not. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, true.
We'll see.
El hecho de bringing the homes to Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can pay me $35, and let's say the houses are expensive, like Santana, and it looks like Santana, I don't think it's worth it.
No.
To move all the way over there for that.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like the 20-year-old homes from like Irvine style, allá for $35, I can tell you that I can really think about it really hard.
Yeah.
Now the houses, if they look like McAllen, Texas, and they're cheap like McAllen, Texas, and they're gonna pay me $35, babe, we're moving. Le va a hacer mi suegro, no te va a poder visitar. Don't worry, I'll come to you.
Yeah, no te preocupes, yo te vengo visito una vez al año al menos. Pero te visito.
For sure. Any final thoughts? De Florida. Let me look for a quote about Florida.
Ya no, que nada más que el governor que le dé chorro por un año, güey, porque se le quita la verga, güey, de ese, güey. Yeah, no, dude. Did you know if you have chorro for like a week, you can end up dying?
Yeah, because you're losing too many fluids.
Yeah.
Come on, I know my...
Okay.
I did my research.
I just want to make sure, boss, porque al último día the governor wouldn't survive the year. Y nomás within a month will probably be 6 feet. I'm not wishing for your death, alright, bro. I'm just saying pa que te dé chorro, güey. That's it, güey. So you can kind of feel some pain. Que te duele el bojo.
No de una semana, just like something.
Unos 3 days, not for food poisoning, güey.
No, yo, for my final thoughts on Florida. Fuck you guys for taking away people that literally help your jobs. Shit, I don't live over there, so I know that we're not gonna struggle. But that was fucked up. It was just fucked up.
Yeah.
It was fucked up, and I don't think there's another word to say it.
Yeah.
If you voted yes on that, I'm pretty sure it was just the rich people and people who are ignorant.
Yeah, they don't truly understand what's going on behind the back.
Yes, it's Florida.
Yep.
What were you expecting?
America. That's not all America. It's just Florida for now. But hopefully the other states don't see it as a trend and try to do the same thing, bro. Because yeah, no, it's not gonna work out for them.
No, I was gonna look at. I'm gonna put a stupid quote. How about that? Because they're fucking stupid for doing that. Okay, this is gonna be the. I don't mean to. No. Keep talking, Edgar.
1, 2, 3, tamarindo. No, but honestly, for the people who are over there, definitely go somewhere where you're accepted. If you have family members, go visit family members. You know, try to expand because, especially for La Raza, we have families, we have cousins that just end up moving to other states. If you have like a cousin out here in California, bring us up to California, kind of get a taste over here. I know there's a lot of people in Colorado.
We kind of have the same weather, so
yeah. Well, over there is humid, so that's the only thing we don't have humidity here. So you're able to take a shower and walk out. You got the seco instead of being wet the whole day. And then there's a lot of people in Colorado. I know a couple buddies over there que también son muchos Latinos over there in Colorado, Texas, of course, Arizona. So acá we're very welcoming. So
yes,
Kylie.
Here's the quote. Tenemos. Here's the quote of the night. You ready for it?
Go for it.
This is me from keep your cool to the people who voted yes on the Florida thing. This is for you guys. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Pendejos.
What the fuck? I expected like this long one. You know, I don't know.
How about a quote from R.C. Wallace? You guys are going to suffer. And you guys are not going to realize it. And your ego's going to be too big to make it change.
Yeah.
My bad. Immigrants were the backbone. And you guys fucked it all up. Wish you the best. Keep it cool.
Have a good night. Se bañan.
Se bañan.